There's a problem with America's food system. It's not how much food we make, it's how much we end up throwing away. Pound for pound, more food goes into landfills across the country than any other single source of waste.
In the country, you get more peelings, you get more vegetables. When you're in the city, you get a lot more fast food containers with half-eaten food in them, a lot more pizza boxes.
The Environmental Protection Agency estimates that nationally, about 20% of what goes into the landfill each year is food. Add all the food together from LA to New York, and America throws away nearly 35 million tons each year. 35 million tons. That's almost 100 Empire State Buildings made of food. Enough food goes uneaten in the United States in one day to feed the Denver metro area for 10 weeks. More than 2 million people could eat from New Year's to St. Patrick's Day.
We just have so much abundance of food that we don't realize the value of it.
Waste happens at every level of the food chain.
You have food that is in warehouses that expires and they throw it away. Maybe they made a mistake and it doesn't have quite the flavoring they want. They don't want to sell it, so they throw it away. I think it's part of the culture today that compared to when our parents grew up, that, you know, now we don't look as food necessarily as a resource. We just look as a given.
From farmers to consumers, fruits and vegetables make up a third of the food loss in the U.S. Dairy products cover another 20% of what goes uneaten. When you look at the amount of food going unused, the costs add up environmentally and financially. First, let's look at the money.
40% of all the food in this country never makes it to the table at a cost of $165 billion.
And that's just in the U.S. Globally, food losses add up to $750 billion. Behind those dollar signs is a significant environmental threat when food is buried in a landfill.
You're going to have generation of methane gas. Methane gas is a greenhouse gas, which is a contributor to global warming.
As a greenhouse gas, methane is 20 to 25 times stronger than just carbon dioxide. Why does so much food go to waste? One reason might be that it's so affordable, it's considered disposable. Americans spend about 10% of their disposable income on food, a small percentage compared to other countries. But it's not that way for everyone. 49 million Americans sometimes have trouble putting food on the table.
A team of volunteers arrives at this small farm in Kansas City, Kansas, ready to glean. That is, gather the unharvested lettuce and other crops that might otherwise never be picked and waste away in the fields.
Gleaning is biblical, thousands of years old, so we're getting back to some of the basics.
We salvaged more than 15 million pounds of food to feed people.
Food that's been left behind, largely because of aesthetics.
We've been to farms where they have squash, and they're this big, but that's too big to go on the grocery store shelf, so you go and pick everything that's ugly or blemished, or still great edible food.
Even crops that make it out of the field don't all make it to consumers. Much of what hasn't been sold may well be tossed out. A troubling thought when you consider 1 in 6 Americans may be underfed.
Estimates vary, but the average American family tosses out anywhere from 15 to 25% of the food they buy. That adds up to around $1,500 to $2,500 per year, based on what the average family of 4 spends on food.
So that's just like food on our plate that we didn't eat. So we've thrown away 4 pounds of food in 2 days. So, judgment.
Even though farmers are growing more food, we're also throwing more away, while millions in the United States go hungry.
Waste is recognized in the produce industry as just a part of the business. And while there is going to be some waste, we can help prevent a lot of that waste. Why waste perfectly good food just because no one wants to bend over and pick it up?
Too much food that families buy ends up in the garbage. In the end, food is worth too much just to toss it out. And the more people realize that, the less it will go to waste.
Welcome back to Seed Time and Harvest. Today we're at Sister Jennifer's house. We're going to help her get a raised bed in. planting in the spinach now. Gonna put, these are the Bloomberg spinach. These are the broadleaf, you know, like when you find your salad greens mix. This is the spinach that would be in that. And then next to the spinach, we're gonna put the radish. These are gonna be your first harvest. 2 weeks.
2 weeks. So next week and then the other week?
You were calling me. I'm calling you?
Yes, you were.
Uh-oh. All right, got this radish in. And these are, this is a parsley.
Well, you have to get down.
So I'm gonna cut it in half. I'm gonna give half of the kale and the other half of the broccoli. This is a red Russian kale. And now we're gonna give the next half. Come back. These before?
These are
It's like the string beans? Yes.
It actually feels pretty good.
It's loose and nice. That's how it should be.
It actually feels like
It's amazing
How
how
are
many
you
stuff you
breaking
can
this
grow
so
in
good?
here. When you do the square foot, it does account for a lot more plants. We're all done with the garden. It's laid out and you like it?
love it.
Praise God, it's beautiful. We have tomatoes over there, lettuce, zucchini, eggplant, peppers, more peppers, parsley. Then we have radish, spinach, carrots, regular potatoes, which have to be mound as they grow. More potatoes. We have carrots here and some more carrot seeds. Kale, some bush beans all along that side. We have a broccoli, beets, onions, garlic. We have acorn squash, more beets, and in the corner we have cucumber. And we're gonna trellis the cucumber along the fence as it grows. So everything is labeled so you know where they are. Now, you have your additional seeds so that as your plant starts to grow, you'll be able to add some more seeds to the garden, and you're gonna set up your watering system. We're gonna water it, of course, before we leave. Do you have any questions for us?
No, I am impressed. This is good.
So there we have it. Thank you so much for joining us at Seed Time and Harvest. And if you need help with your garden too, you can always reach out to us and we'll be more than happy to come by and assist. God bless. Take care.